is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And you know, one of the rays of sunshine in Doctor Who fandom over the last few years, and there hasn't been many, has been Doctor Who: The Collection Blu-ray classic DVD. I don't know. I've ran out of words for it. The Blu-ray box sets they've been bringing out, Doctor Who: The Collection, freaking awesome, right? Freaking awesome. Doctor Who and home media, generally speaking, has always had a high bar. I mean, the DVD range was freaking excellent. Oh my god. The VHS range was freaking excellent as well. We had all those very innovative things. We had Sharda, we had the Years tape, we had a lot of stuff going, so it's always had a high bar. This is redonkulous though, right? These sets are just absolutely redonkulous of how much they got in there. I can't imagine what they're going to have in the next iteration, right? I don't know, because I can't think there's anything else left to say or do about any of these releases. But, you know, okay, take my money is basically what I had to take money. So, latest issue of Doctor Who magazine came out, and they did a preview of what's in there, so which I'm kind of excited to go over. I was joined by my good friend Dan Hadley of the Spacebook. Go sub to his channel. Freaking awesome channel. After I finished the stream, I did this from a live stream last night. I'm recording this on, where is it? Friday, February the 3rd. It was from my live stream on Friday, February 2nd. That's how that works. Right when I finished my stream, about an hour later, he started his with Neil. What's his name? Neil Heidman, who has the sci-fi museum, right? Somewhere in England. I don't live in England anymore, but it's freaking awesome. That was a great stream. So go sub to his channel, and then can you sub to mine? That'd be really nice. Go hit that means hit the subscribe button for the the uninitiated. So if you could do that, like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you very much. I am grateful for you doing that. Look in the video notes. There's a thing called Substack. It's my email newsletter. I send out a ton of extra stuff on that all the time. Go and sign up for that. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me everywhere. Listen, I'm an interesting guy to follow. You never know what could happen, but probably I will tell you about a Doctor Who video I'm just putting it on YouTube and Rumble. Right? That's probably what it's going to be. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Fine. Covered everything. Now let's hand over to me and Dan from last night. Man, she just looks good. Say, she looks good there. First, it looks lovely. I love the Lee binding. Its cover is just gorgeous. Rusty Davis insists that they keep the logo because he says he hates it when you start collecting something and they change the logo in the middle, which they did for this stupid logo. Somebody will make themselves a mint if they can make themselves produce good stickers that could go over these awful logos.
Did you notice they're using the diamond logo in all the trailers and the adverts for it though? Everything.
Oh
yes.
Else oh yes. Yeah. No. They this is they don't like it. Fine. Let's see what they got coming up on in this set. A good picture of Peter, Janet, and.
He's definitely getting.
I don't know. It takes me like a month or so to go through the Blu-rays of the episodes. Yeah. How they do it is beyond me. Like they must sit through all of it. It's incredible.
Well, yeah. You mean the people at DWM or the people who put the discs together?
No, I meant like the Janet Fielding and like they're normies. Oh, Peter Davis, like, how do you sit through it? It's incredible.
I think they get edited versions of them. I don't think they watch everything.
That would make a lot more sense.
It was explained to me. I can't remember on which episode it was, but we had with Richard Molesworth's been on the show a few times, but on one of them he told us about how the Blu-rays are put together and the little things that maybe aren't common knowledge. He put a few nuggets in.
A lot, and like I watched the behind the sofa thing first to get a feel for the story, to remind me about the story because it basically has all the highlights in it. Yeah. So that's what I normally go for. Anyway, so Day of the Darkness Disc 1, so it's the 4-episode restored in HD. You got audio comedy with Anna Barry, don't know, Mike Catherwood, don't know, Terrence Dix, I know, Barry Letts and Jimmy Winston. Making of Blast from the Past documentary, A View from the Gallery, whatever. Oh, it's a really boring extra. You just get to see what's going on in production gallery. You don't know what's going on. Now and then it's kind of cool. Blue Peter Expert, that was fun. I remember that. Fine. So they also got Behind the Sofa. Behind the Sofa, we got Michael E. Bryant and Katie Manning. Interesting combo. I like that combo. There's a weird combo of Sophie Aldred and Wendy Padbury. How you get that together, I don't know, but okay, that works. And then you got Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Sarah Sutton. There we got Sunday Best Radio 4 interview, Free Thinking Radio 3 discussion about Daleks broadcasting July 14th, 2020. That's interesting. I'll be interested in that. Trails continues. Okay, fair disc. Look at that. You got the annual. You got annual production documentation. You got a lot of stuff there. They put everything into that, don't they?
Thousands and thousands of pages, I think.
Fine. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
The special edition as well.
Love the special edition. Oh, that's my go-to edition. They should have done a movie version of it though, rather than have it in episode. That would have been better because then they also got the 60-minute omnibus version from was it 1975? I think when they repeated it.
Well, I've never seen that. Mind you, I've never seen any of those omnibus ones. They were slightly before my time.
They're pretty good. So I don't know why don't they just edit the new version into the omnibus, do that with the new. Because the new effects are really fantastic.
You're right. If they put some classic Doctor Who stories around cinemas, small art house cinemas that have got like bars and grills attached to them, I think people would go and see them.
I think so too. That'd be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. Yeah. So then we got who else? And then they got a MonsterCon 2 convention. I like those things with Richard Franklin and Nicholas Courtney. Fine. So then they get Cursive Helen, 4 stories restored in HD. Audio commentary with Terrence Dix, Chris O'Eiley, whoever that is. Chris Doyley John. Who again? Who was that?
He was the production unit manager before J&T got the job, wasn't he?
Ah, that's interesting. And then Baronet's Katie Manning. Then you got the Peladon Saga Making of Documentary Part 1. Peladon's up Part 1. John and Katie. That sounds like it'll probably be quite good. Storyboard comparison. New stuff behind the sofa. A bridge target book read by John Pertwee. Oh, that's a nice extra. I like that extra.
Nice touch, yeah.
Yeah, they just put everything in these. What are they going to put in the next format? There's nothing left.
We said that about DVD, didn't we? They'll never come out again.
There are Twitch streamers right now that are very upset. There's deep fake porn made of them, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
So how far is it away that we could deep fake literally anybody into it? Like, how far is it that we can literally just create the missing stories, completely as they would have seen? How far away are we from that? Like, you have an algorithm work out where the actors would have been, how the camera works, how the
pretty close, and they'll be able to do it, and they'll be able to do it to a point. They'll be able to do it to a point as well where they could alter the appearance of the people, of the AI created people, so that they were they could either look exactly like John Pertwee, for example, or enough not like him to not have to pay to use his likeness. So things could be on the cusp like that. This revolution isn't one that I saw coming, and it's accelerating at a rate that I could never have imagined when I first heard that AI was a thing. Apparently, they even say that AI is a threat to prostitution, the oldest trade in the world, because of these various innovations, that sort of ethos, that whole bracket of sex worker.
Listen,
just going to be made redundant by this.
I think once we have virtual sex, then forget it. The universe. But here, let me show you this for a second. Do you think this is drawn, or do you think this was AI? Because I think this was AI. This Picard poster. What do you think?
Well, I cheated. It was drawn.
It was. I thought it was AI. Okay, well,
the artist's name is Paul Shipper, because he's talking. But having said that, I like Paul's work a lot. It's very graphic and nice. He really does compose his montages beautifully. But I think that I don't think that they're painted in the way that Drew Struzan used to paint them. I think digitalness is involved somewhere in the process.
Still, look, as somebody who does digital art, there's a big difference between you doing it and an AI doing it, which is freaking insane.
I agree.
Let's go back to Doink. So what was it? Fine. So then we got The novelization. Cursive Helen on episode 1 to 4, reverse standards conversions. I have no idea what that means.
Isn't that where they get into they're talking there about how they managed to create the pictures again with the line transfers from NTSC recordings.
Yeah, I think that's what it's talking about.
I did know all this stuff inside out, but since everything's moved on so much, I've sort of deleted it from the old grey hard drive.
Yeah, one second. Let's see if they mention it over here. Fresh over here. Just whizzing through, just like scanning, see if I see anything like that. Users, no, don't see anything there. Marquez. No, they don't. I don't think they meant. I mean, they might mention it, but I'm not seeing it. I saw like what they had one documentary about how they like restored the color by the dots. That's it, yeah. Is that reverse standard? I think that was. I
believe so, because the dot matrix that holds the color pattern, once it was put through the original process, it lies there sort of dormant until it's been encoded to go through to make it suitable to be seen on American systems, for example. But they can just as easily reverse engineer that, because the information, the dot matrix information, is still in there to reconstruct it.
Basically, it was from they used different dots to make different tones of grey, which translated different colors.
That's right.
Yeah. Fine. Subtitles. Yeah. Fine. PDF here. Production stuff. Cameraman scripts. Camera scripts. Wow. Visual effects. Design drawing boards. Wow. Writer Brian Hayes' notes. Radio Times casting. Everything. Everything you could. It's a complete archive. Sea Devils. Love a bit. The Sea Devils. So it has a audio commentary with Michael Bryant, Terrence Dix, and Barry Letts. Hello, Sailor, making documentary. I remember that being a good one, as I recall. 8mm footage, isolated music, nationwide excerpt featuring Daleks. I think, is that? No, that's not the one. I think if from February 22. I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of. No, I'm thinking of Pebble Mill. I have no idea what that was. So then you got a 5:1 mix. Audio Atmos sound mix, South Today. Okay, lots of news about this. Defenders of the Earth trailer. Oh yes, lesbians of the deep, as I like to call it. And they everybody loves the smell of fresh fish. Let me tell you. In this, John Pertwee radio on Soylent Radio, Radio Solent. Fine, bunch of stuff, and then we got. Disc 5 is more Sea Devils. More Sea Devils. This is a 90-minute omnibus edition restored in HD. I would much rather watch that, right? Again, more with reverse standards conversion. I don't know what that means.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you. I certainly have to some of the guys on Type 40 that the Pertwee is the one that I am least fond of. And it's mostly because of so many 6-parters, which I believe are at least 2 episodes too long. And I include the Sea Devils in that. But
Mutants also fit. Mutants and Time Monster. I'm saying both fit into that too, right? Yeah. But is it? They were designed to occupy people for like a month or so, a couple of months, for half an hour a week. So this one has the location. Featuring with Anna Barry, Michael E. Bryant, Garrick Hogan, and Katie Manning. Looks like a lot of fun. That's on the trailer. The 5:1 mix, Atmos mix, Michael Bryant at the helm. So I was thinking about Michael Bryant and the Fell guy. Feature on Stuart Fell. That'd be fun. Okay,
yeah, legend, absolute legend of British television. So that man.
Like it's always the extras that make this these dislikes.
Oh God, yeah.
Audio commentary on the Mutants by Bob Baker, Christopher Barry, Terrence Dix, Garrett Hogan, and lots of people, Brian Hodgson and Katie Manning. Mutt Man making a documentary. That was actually a good documentary as well. Race Against Time. I don't know what that is. The Mutants episode 1 to 2 reverse standard conversion. Okay, whatever that means. They have a lot of those in them. Okay,
they're going at it. They're going at it hard.
Oh, that was an existing special feature. What? Wait there. Fine, let me get my special book of DVD. Oh, I got it right. I know you need to get up and get it. It's already here. Like I always have to have it to hand.
Indispensable, mate. Indispensable.
Fine, we might
who
find
hasn't
out
got
what
it.
the hell they're talking about. Fine, the mutants. Let's go. We go to M. MU. Come on. No, no. I overshot. I went to. Oh, now I missed. No, we're clearly there. The mutants. Okay, fine. The mutants. Oh, a disc 1 episode, special feature. Hell.
There was probably a lot on that.
I don't know. Like, nobody, they're not mentioning it. One second. PDF middle, photo gallery, dressing, race against time, not Mutt Mad. I have no idea.
Mutt Mad? Was that Mutt Mad?
Mutt Mad. That's the making of documentary. That's disc 1. Okay, episodes 1. I found it. Ha. Episode 1 and 2 are reverse converted and restored from digital duplicates of the conversion of the original 2-inch color videotapes recording in lower resolution format. Recovered from a Canadian broadcast in 1981. Episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6 were restored from a digital duplicates of the original 2-inch color videotape recording used for broadcast. All episodes are modest. I mean, like, I don't understand what they're telling me. They have a different way of like restoring them.
Sounds like it.
I don't know.
The boffins will know. The boffins will know.
Talk normie to me. I have no idea. Race Against Time is another documentary about it. That was a weird one. That was it was talking about the sociological things that it was talking about. Have you ever seen the Mutants?
Yes, I've seen them all, but all the stories. But some of them I've only seen like twice. I think the Mutants is a story that I watched, and I think I watched it on VHS once. Then I watched it on DVD once, and that was that. And then I saw it again about 2-3 years ago. Completely changed my mind about it. I loved it.
It was a little fun. Yeah, I like the South African baddies. They were kind of fun in that.
Yeah, sometimes I suppose it could be just the frame of mind you're in sometimes, but I really didn't feel that one for years and years. It was one that I begrudgingly sort of rebought and all that kind of thing. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, no, it's better than you remember.
Better than you think.
This Seven, a Time Monster, which I guess, why isn't this getting new effects? I don't understand. This so needs new effects.
That would be a standout because it's so ambitious, isn't it? So you would think now with a bit of tweaking they could really.
Yeah, exactly. Now it just looks like a man in a budgie costume flapping his wings. He can't hide that. I'm sorry. So audio commentary with Graham Duff, Phil Ford, Barry Letts, and John Levine. Joseph Lister. Why Joseph Lister? Marion McDougall, James Moran, and none of these people made it. And Susan Pellin. Okay, they must be writers talking about it. Between now and now, the making of them. Yes, that's a good name. The making of it. They were in a good phase when they got to this in what was it in the DVD range. Behind the Sofa, nationwide expert on special effects. Fine. Trails of continuity, revised and updated productions. Like, who cares? I'm sure people do. Camera scripts. Man, this was not a convincing Sea Devil from this. When they had him like trying to come out of the water, it didn't work, mate. I'm sorry.
I cannot wait to see what my panel have got to say about that later on. We're going deep dive on Defenders.
I can't imagine that. Like, I realize again. Have you seen The Last of Us episode 3 yet?
No. I'll be watching it tomorrow night. That's why.
Oh, it's brilliant. There's a lot to talk about. Right, I gave it a big thumbs up. I was very impressed.
Well, you heard what John Mosby said. He said that was the episode. So yeah, I'm setting aside tomorrow evening. I'm going to watch that.
That makes me sick, right? Because he said that's the episode because it's like we'll talk about it afterwards. But
yeah.
I see. It's like, oh god, it's so the wrong thing to take from it. Never mind. Okay, so Time Monster additional special feature on disc 8. You got episode 1 to 5, also reverse standard conversion, DVD restoration comparison. Then you got Time in Atlantis making a documentary on the waterfront expert from John Pertwee in 89. No, I would have been around for that. I wonder what that was. I bet I saw that. Panopticon Archive 92. So I was already left England by then.
Ingrid Pitt and Terrence Dix. Richard Franklin at the 50th anniversary celebration Time Clocks compilation. Okay.
You would never think that you hadn't lived in England for 30 years the way that you.
There we go. So there you go. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I'm buying it anyway, but man, that did not look good. And that it looks so much better. Look, it looks better there when the sun's out, but when it was in the trailer, it was not.
They'd graded the stock as well, hadn't they? They'd color graded the whole thing, and in my view, it made it all look a little too washed out. They should have got my son onto it.
Well, they always look. It's basically they have the budget of a corporate,
corporate film,
annual, yeah, and it's just they push it too far. It just never really works, right? I mean, I'm sorry. It's nice seeing the old companions again, but it never really works.
I mean, they're sending people like Pete McTighe and Chris Chapman who work on broadcast television, and Pete McTighe on a very high level. He was showrunner and creator of Wentworth, and that was a big show. And worked on lots of other big Aussie dramas, and they get them over here on this Blu-ray range. They basically send them out into the countryside with a couple of steady cams
or a phone.
Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty funny when you think about it, and they seem to love doing it.
It is. Although again, look, I mean, the reason I call that trailer woke is because the very first thing you hear about the characters is they're gay, right? That's just It was like there's if you're going to do a marginalized character, a character that has that is on the progressive stack, right, and for it to work, you got to build them as a character first before you introduce that, which I think makes a huge difference.
It was a bit of a Chibnall flashback, wasn't it? Hello, I'm gay.
It really was.
It was
cringe. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.